Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. Just popping in with a quick sneak peek of a gorgeous little kit that's coming up tomorrow on Hobby Maker, and then we'll go on to be at Hunkydory Crafts. And it's called Quirky Animals, and it's kind of in the same sort of theme as the sort of humour collection, the Fantastic. Then there was the Christmas crackers, and also the sort of delightful die cut pads. I think it was super smiles and awesome icons, the emoji sort of style. So all those sort of fun, along that fun vibe that Hunkydory have brought us all year long, and they've done it amazingly. You know, it's been a lot of fun. But this has been sent to me as part of the design team to work on. So I'm just going to take you quickly through what I have. Just bear in mind, I don't always get everything. You will have to check out the shows to see exactly what you do get, prices, quantities, etc. But it will give you an idea of the themes, and I mean, it is really fun. So this first one's called Wacky Woodland. We've got our beautiful little hedgehog, we've got a happy bear, we've got our sort of stunned owl, and our squirrel. We've got I Can Barely Believe It, Nuts About You, lots of love, hedgehogs, older but not wiser on that one. Then we've got Animal Antics. We've got our little mouse or rat, our bee, and our frog with all the kisses on it. Sentiments, we've got I'm here for the cake, you've matured like a smelly cheese, just because I'm my Prince Charming, and we've got some beautiful little borders there. Obviously we can be stealing all these bits of card as well. Then this one's Jungle Fever. We've got our peacock, our little monkey, the snake, the sloth, and the panda. We've got Birthday Pandemonium, Slow Down and Relax. That's obviously the sloth one. Miss You for the snake. So Proud of You for the peacock, and to a cheeky little monkey. So cute for your younger people cards as well. This one's called Bonkers Birds. So we've got a little upside down bird there, our flamingo, and our sort of rooster. We've got Born to Stand Out, Happy Birthday, No Longer a Spring Chicken, You're So Special, Be Beautiful. We've got a sort of flamingo theme, sort of dotty pink border, and a to someone special on that border there. Beautiful. And then we've got Wildly Weird. We've got our lion, our tiger, our cute little elephant, our sort of cheetah or leopard, could be even a hyena. It's probably a leopard, I would have thought. No, maybe a hyena, I don't know. It's one of those. Have a ton of fun, King for a Day, Go Get 'em Tiger, and You're Great. And then we've got the border there at the bottom. And then we've got Peculiar Pets. This is very much Henry. I used to have a black cat called Gizmo. I've never had a tortoise, although my mum got chased by one. They can move quite fast when they want to. And the goldfish. We've got Hope You're Back on Your Feet Soon. So that's really cute for that sentiment, that topper there. Sorry I Forgot, which would be the goldfish. Good Luck for the black cat, and Fetched You Something Exciting. So that's Peculiar Pets. This one's Farmyard Friends. We've got our lovely goat there. Happy little pig. Sort of our Eeyore donkey there. And then we've got the smaller cow, the smaller sheep. And then we've got Oops, I'm Such an Ass. We Heard It's Your Big Day. You're the GOAT. Greatest of all time. You Make Me Smile, and Happy Birthday. And we've got a border along there as well. And then this is the last one, Safari Surprise. We've got our lovely little giraffe, our crocodile, the meerkat, I think that's a gorilla. We've got the borders here. We've got a You're How Old, Thanks for Always Looking Out for Me, Yay You've Reached New Heights, and In a Wild Crocodile. Love that one. Now there is going to be, same as the Fantastic, there is going to be a foiled pack for luxury foiled collection. So on this one I've got the green, love that one. We've got the dots. This is a new pattern on me, love that, with the sort of ricky-rack sort of wiggles. The sort of leopard print, your clouds, beautiful little paw prints, and the sort of green vinery. And then also there's going to be the 8x8 pad. So if I just give you a little flick through on that. So as always, they're double-sided just to make them as useful as they can be. Yours will come all in a nice book. But you can see how these patterns are going to fit in beautifully with these toppers, and not necessarily just with the toppers. They're going to fit in with other toppers and themes too. Love that diagonal stripe. Love this leafery one as well. Your leopard print and your brick. Okay, so I'm going to pop this to the side and then I'll just bring in the samples that I've made. Okay, so I'm going to bring the samples in. I'm going to start with the biggest and hopefully go down to the smallest. So the first card I did was an 8x8 using those beautiful papers. I've got some teal adorable scoreable, just normal adorable scoreable. And I don't know if you can just catch that, but I have just embossed a few lines. I think I went in every 1/4 inch on that one, just for a bit of texture. I could have used any of the embossing folders, but I decided not to. I did use an embossing folder on this yellow behind that frame, and that is the, I think it's Doodle Dots. Yeah, Doodle Dots, one of the new embossing folders. And then obviously just some gold gems just to finish. Doesn't look like much, but on a shelf it does quite catch your eye. I was quite surprised. But that's that first one. Then I did one of these lovely little crossover steppers that I like to do with these tiger and lion on. I've used the printed papers here and here, and then I have used a little bit of the foiled sort of paw print one in the middle, but you don't really see a lot of it. You don't really see a lot of any of the papers, to be honest, because you've got those toppers there. But that's obviously does stand up quite nicely. I've got one of the sentiments from the bigger book of Shape Sentiments, just for something different. We've got a You're Great, and I think there's King for a Day at the back as well. So that's that one. And then I did a 7x5, I think this one is. Yeah, 7x5 with a little bit of acetate. This is the shimmer card embossed with those beautiful dots. I've got a snowfall acetate, but I've used the, I think it's T8. Yeah, the T8 pink pen from Hunkydory, and I've just coloured those pink just to pick up on the pink touches. I've used the papers here, a little bit of the foiled cardstock with that sort of rick-rack wavy pattern on. Picked up those blues again in the gems, and a little bit of raspberry pink for the bow there. And then I've got another little new shape, one of these ones. I'll just put it like that first of all so you can see how it stands with these pieces coming out. So you've got these four. It's quite similar to the gatefold type one that I did a little while ago, but it's not an actual opening card. It's more of a sort of box-ish really. But it opens up like so. We've got the topper on the left hand side of those two pieces, sentiment from the kit up here, a couple of gems just to bring it all together with the blues from here. We've got the papers behind, we've got foil cardstock. I've even used, although that cut isn't very neat because it's I did it on the trimmer, one of those essential inserts from that essential insert pad that we got given recently. And then moving on, so that's a 6x6. It's not too chunky either, so I know it looks quite chunky, but it would go in a 6x6 envelope as long as it's got a little bit of give. And then I've got one with these reverse steppers, or inverted stepper, using both of the two different foiled cardstock and the border from the kit. We've got a You've Matured Like Smelly Cheese with our rat on some blue adorable scoreable, just to pick up on the blue veining in the cheese really is why I went with the blue. And then I've got a Top Dad from the Essential Book of Sentiments, the little one, and then some blue gems just to pick up on those blues again. That's that one. Obviously you'll see photos of all these on Pinterest and Facebook, etc. And then this is one of the extra ones I did. There was two that I did as extras. Did this little owl with some grey adorable scoreable embossed with the sprinkles embossing folder. beautiful. Love that sprinkles embossing folder. This was a tag. I did cut it off, just put a little bit of gold at the top. I'm using it as a rectangular sentiment. Some pink gems to pick up on the pink in his hat. I picked up these greys from the actual owl picture himself. And then those clouds with the yellow and that foiled there is super cute. And then I did this little rocker card. I say little, it's actually quite a big rocker. It is quite an oversized topper, but I couldn't think of anything else to do with this turtle because he's on his back and he would be doing this, wouldn't he, trying to get over. I've used the foil cardstock. I've used some blue adorable scoreable with, I think it's the trellis embossing folder in there because I thought that was quite shell-like. I've used some green gems. I've not put any insert or anything on the inside. I did this one using circle dies. Like I say, it does look quite big because you can see the topper is massive compared to the rocker, but it is because what I do with a rocker is I do two the same size, put like a 1 or a 2 millimeter pad in, and it seems to give it a lot more stability without having to do that weird thing with the W in the middle. And it is a really sturdy rock as well, as you can see there. I might do a little video of that rocking and put it on Pinterest. And then last but not least, this little tiny 5x5 with a oops, I'm such an ass, a little donkey. Again, using the papers, two different sort of colours and sizes. So I've got the pattern side with the sort of leafy one. I do like this leafy one. I can see that being really useful outside of this kit. And then we've got the other side, which is those dots. We've got some of the foiled edge-to-edge cardstock. This piece of brown came off just the little slither off the side of the actual topper sheet. Just wanted something to break up that green. It kind of looked like it had been hacked into because it is quite a small piece and the pattern's quite big. But by putting that border across the top there, it kind of makes it a little bit easier on the eye. Just the sentiment and some gems just to finish that one off. And a little, again, that essential book of inserts just mounted on the inside there. So those are the cards that I'm sending off today. I will just keep that one out, so I do a little rocking video, put that on Pinterest. You'll have to keep an eye out, see if any do make it to TV, either Hunkydory or Hobby Maker. They will be, like I say, on Hobby Maker. This kit will be on Hobby Maker tomorrow. It usually goes to Hunkydory any time after that. It can be a day, sometimes it can be as long as a week, depending on what arrangements they've made. But it is a super cute little kit. It's going to suit loads of different people. And I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. Well, certainly was a lot of fun to craft with, to be honest with you. I really did enjoy it. But that's it for this one. Until next time, happy crafting. Take care. Bye.